That's the purpose of this exercise, and that is getting reflected in these names that are present. In fact, one big breaking news I can tell you, apart from on the screen, we are seeing the invite from the President's house for those who would be present at 6 p.m. to participate in the swearing-in ceremony. Shravan, I can break in information that the list of the new joinees has reached Rashtrapati Bhavan from the Prime Minister's office. It's a protocol that the President, once he receives the list from the Rashtrapati Bhavan, from the Prime Minister's office, I beg your pardon, those who have to be given oath of office and secrecy are invited formally. So this formality has happened, the list going from Prime Minister's office to the Rashtrapati Bhavan on the Raisina Hill. And apart from that, of course, we are seeing a copy of the invite going out from the President's house to those who are to be invited or who have been invited. Shravan, coming back to the discussion that we were having about the composition of the Council of Ministers, I think this essentially shows that the Prime Minister, in every step he takes, every decision he takes, always thinks of making sure that the diversity of India in terms of regions, in terms of religion, with a gender bias in favor of women, castes, communities, sub-communities, sub-regions, everything gets represented. So, I mean, if you go with these names one by one, you would realize that every name now on the Council of Ministers serves a purpose in terms of representing the unrepresented. We will get you more details as we analyze the names. But then what is important is this exercise is going on. Prime Minister is meeting them, giving them... One more thing,
Abhishek, sorry to interrupt you because there's some breaking news coming in. If you can also take this. Another parliamentarian from Cooch Behar, Nishit Pramanik, is currently at 7 LKM. So as far as West Bengal also, Abhishek, is concerned, you've seen someone from the Matua Samaj being represented. Now you have from Cooch Behar, Nishit Pramanik also coming in. So that's the latest that we are picking up, Abhishek, as far as these details are concerned. First on Republic, also the invite that was just on your screens right now. I'll also quickly go across to Binay. Binay, as far as surprises are concerned, are you surprised with the names that have come in?
I think the new inductions, that is a revolutionary approach. I am saying it revolutionary because you see what we discussed earlier also, that the average age of the Council of Ministers is going to reduce. And you know, this new induction is very youthful, it is very diverse, and again, the experienced names are also seen. And one more thing, previously there was a pattern with many governments that if you are inducting any ST community person in the ministry or a SC member, so they were allotted the ST welfare or the SC welfare, or to much extent they will be given, you know, the labor ministry. But inducting 12 from SCs and 8 from STs, that means the Prime Minister, he believes in the caliber of those communities, those who were deprived for generations. So where giving responsibility was concerned.
Binay, sorry to interrupt you because now we are getting in, we are just, for all our viewers, Binay, sorry to interrupt you because this is very important, because all our viewers are basically tuning in right now to really know the full list of the new ministers. In fact, Republic TV has the full list, and Abhishek, I would just request you to also help us out with regards to the names. The names that we have as of now at 12:40. This is the list, Abhishek, that we are putting out for all our viewers, those who are present currently at the 7 LKM. Abhishek, go ahead with the names.
Well, I can, give a lowdown again of the names, beginning with Jyotiraditya Scindia, Sarbanand Sonowal, Bhupendra Yadav, Anurag Thakur. Already in the Council of Ministers, Meenakshi Lekhi, Anupriya Patel, Ajay Bhatt, Shobha Karandalaje, Sunita Duggal, Pritam Munde, Shantanu Thakur, Kapil Patil, Vinod Sonkar, the Kosambi MP, Ashwini Vaishnav, Pankaj Chaudhary, and then we have Nishit Pramanik. He's Rajbangshi tribal from Cooch Behar. Shantanu Thakur is from the Matua community. These are all the names adding up essentially, Shravan, a formal list of all these names has gone from the Prime Minister's office to Rashtrapati Bhavan, following which the invites are now being sent one by one. COVID protocols to be followed. So all these minister probables who are going to take oath of office are going to be accompanied only by one person from their family for this ceremony. But what is important is that I can see a pattern of subcastes, communities, sub-regions getting represented. Sunita Duggal, for example, happens to be the only woman MP from Haryana, and she gets on the Council of Ministers. Shobha Karandalaje comes with quite some political executive experience, and from the OBCs, Anupriya Patel comes from Apna Dal, brings in the allies factor. Meenakshi Lekhi is someone who comes with the comprehensive legal experience, brings to the government